Hi everybody, Andy McPhee here, along with Doug Kenny, the main host of Relentless and Unstoppable. As with each series we do, I let people know how this started. Relentless and Unstoppable started about a year and a half ago after my coaching and mentoring of Doug for 6.5 years. Doug is an incredible human being who was he's dealing with high functioning autism, and at school he was dealing with obesity and bullying and depression and medication and hospitalization, all those things that tend to come along with when you're dealing with something in life. And Doug, over the last few years, we've had an amazing journey. He's gone from 300 pounds to down to close to under 200 now. He does yoga, running, walking. He's now into bodybuilding, which we've organized and helped him, do it the correct way. His diet is incredible, and it's an inspiration of his story, which is why I created this channel. And since then, I think Doug said to me the other day, and he can confirm this, we've had probably 181,000 views over the last year or so, which is great for a couple of guys who have no idea what they're doing at all, like zero. But we're getting better, and I'm actually learning off Doug now because he is very relentless. He never gives up.
Yeah, yeah. Doug, you would have some thoughts and questions.
Yeah, I must ask you, Harmony, was your addiction leading you into doing things that you probably wouldn't have done if you weren't addicted? Like stealing to fuel your addiction or anything like that?
I can't recall if I stole. I know I stole things for fun. I don't know if I stole for money. I still worked. I worked as a tradie building caravans for most of that period. I got involved in a lot of reckless behavior, a lot of violent behavior, and always trying to kind of one up myself from the last thing I did, which led down a road to a very, self-destructive path.
Can you describe that a little more?
Yeah. Well, it just evolved and it got worse, and it was, drinking, and then it was weed, and then it was pills, and then coke. And then if it wasn't taking pills, it was snorting coke. It even evolved into using cocaine intravenously. So I got into that for quite a bit, and then thought I was getting better, stopped that 2 weeks prior to the accident, but then the other use went up, MDMA use and weed and especially alcohol.
Can I just jump in and ask, MDA, that's a pretty violent, that really screws your body up, doesn't it? I mean, all drugs do, but MDA can really mess your mind up, correct?
MDMA, yeah, well, it's like ecstasy, but most of the stuff here is pretty much methamphetamine or ice. So I actually had a toxicology report after this accident, and they told me, yeah, we found methamphetamine in your system. And I said, yuck. I said yuck to the copper, because I didn't know. But yeah, most of the stuff around here is just straight up methamphetamine that's sold as MDMA or ecstasy.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. And it all messes your head up, huh?
Very much so. Yeah, I was exhausted. Once I sort of got, straight again, I was exhausted for like 1.5, 2 years because my body was just wrecked. It really was.
Wow.
Yeah, I can relate to that. When I gave up my soda addiction almost 2 years ago at this point, the withdrawal lasted for only a couple weeks, but I have a feeling just based on how my body acted that it took longer to get out of that. Like, I think some of the things didn't go away for a good 3 to 4 months.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Doug, can you share what your routine now is every morning when you get up? Because it's such an inspirational routine, and we'll get you to share yours, Harmony. Because there's people out there that go, yeah, I want to give up, but I can't. Well, let me tell you, there's nothing easy about giving anything up. It just isn't. There's no magic like, oh, you can do it. Yeah, well, fuck. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean, you know what I mean? Like someone says you can do it. Yeah, right. Well, whatever. See, it's not that easy. It just isn't. You need someone to support you, and you need someone who's in the same mindset. Because to say, I'm going to give up drugs, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up soda, I'm going to get fit. Yeah, whatever. It ain't. It's if it was that easy, then people would be doing it all the time, and it's just not that easy. And Doug but luckily, you know, he had his mum there, and I was pretty much with him every day via Zoom, talking and helping him get through it. And there was a lot of times where we had some heated discussions, but I said, well, either you be a loser and keep doing what you're doing, and it will take your life. That's what's going to happen, mate. It's going to take your life. I said, because you'll have a heart attack or get diabetes. So either you want to be around to inspire people, you want to be around for your mum, then you just, you know, time to quit, bro. And sometimes you've got to be hard and you've got to do it, you know. I would say it's probably, Harmony, in a minute we'll chat to you, but I'd probably say it's a little harder to get off maybe some hard drugs than what it was for Doug to give up sugar. But even though sugar was hard, I think drugs can be a lot more difficult, you know, and you need a lot more professional care and support. But I'll chat about it in a minute. Doug, can you share what you do every day now, what your routine is?
Ever since almost 2 years ago, I dumped all my soda down the sink, and I hope it went down to the center of the earth. That's all I gotta say. But other than that, what I do is I now walk, I exercise, I eat healthy, protein, vegetables, fruit. I have a healthy diet, and if I am craving sugar or soda, I just drink water. And if that doesn't work, go for a walk just to take my mind off of it while listening to music.
That's awesome.
And
That's
Doug,
what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. Can you give us a little example of what you do when you get out of bed in the morning?
What I do in the morning, well, first of all, I take a shower, and I have a method for showering that I've brought up in the past. But other than that, I just take a shower and I eat breakfast, I walk my dogs, and I drink water and make sure I'm hydrated throughout the day because.
But you also do yoga and like 3 days a week, and then other times you do gym work, correct?
Yes, I do yoga and gym work, and yoga is really good for health. It helps you practice your breathing, and if you do it every day, your stress will go away.
Wow.
And so what we did, for those listening, none of this cost Doug anything except for the gym, but we just got Adrienne's yoga, her 30-day yoga routine, which starts off really small and simple and easy. I gave Doug a lot of body weight exercise routines from professionals that I brought the programs off. And so sometimes he can't get to the gym. He'll do the FX workout at home with the weights, or he'll do a body weight workout. But the one amazing thing about what Doug's done is, and obviously it's all our support we've surrounded him with, but he does it every day. And if there's a day where he can't do it, then he will, you know, make sure that he doesn't make himself wrong for it or guilty or anything like that. He'll just pick up another time where he can do it. Correct, Doug?
That is correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really great.
I have no regrets.
No, that's fantastic.
So what do you do, Harmony? What was the toughest thing you had to give up out of the drug addiction?
Alcohol. Yeah, that's probably what had the tightest grip on me. I find that, you know, alcohol and cigarettes are the toughest, which is funny because they're the legal ones. But that was probably the toughest. I actually put on when I gave up hard drugs, I put on a stack of weight as well, which is common. And, you know, beer has got a lot of carbs in it as well. So that also helped put the weight on. So I got up to 96 kilos. And wow. I met someone who had this diet of just steamed organic veggies and chicken. And, you know, he was telling me about all the health benefits and that. So I went on a 4-day water fast. And then I ate just steamed veggies and chicken and falafel and water for 2 months and lost like 16 kilos.
Holy cow! Wow, that's awesome.
And I never
Well,
felt
Doug will
so
have.
great.
Oh, that's great. Well, Doug will have to get that recipe off you and throw it in his book as well.
Yeah, just literally just a lot of steamed root vegetables and chicken and falafel and plenty of water.
Yeah, I never knew that that could be such a low calorie diet of sorts. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I felt great physically. And I've managed to just like steadily keep, losing the weight still. I think I'm down to 76 now. So I lost 20
Oh, wow.
kilos.
That's great.
Yeah. But, over time, I lost a bulk of it in those few months. But, then it's just about maintenance. Maintenance is key in order to overcome these addictions. It's not just a quick fix. Like, oh, I stopped. That's it. You have to work on it every day.
Do you have cheat days?
Oh yeah, still just 24. I like to go out and, get a little bit drunk on the weekends. But I think I've thought of some advice. Be kind to yourself when you are going through these initial phases of stopping, because it's okay to slip, but don't beat yourself up about it. You'll just get stuck in that same rut of insecurity and feeling, a bit self-worthless, and then, it can easily start back up again. So just roll with the punches, be kind to yourself, and never stop trying, because it gets easier every time.
Yeah. Now, so you have control over, if you go out and have a drink, it's all fine. You've got control over it. You know when to stop, you know when you've had enough, and you're not looking for it again the next day?
No, that's a good question. So it's like that at the moment, but that's taken years to get to this point. I recognized that if I have three, if I have, say, more than three, that's it. That's how it used to be. I knew that I was just going to keep drinking until, I went to bed, basically. If I had up to three, that was sort of my limit. I'd go, all right, that's enough now. But if I went over that, there was no chance. But now, as I've still been, working on it, I can easily go days. It's just something that I don't necessarily want in my life like I did.
Yeah.
And because getting healthy, you feel the difference more when you do drink a lot.
Oh, yeah.
God, this actually feels shit.
Yeah, you do.
My body feels
absolutely.
like crap. And then you're like, why did I do that? That was dumb. So over time, the more you work on it, the more time you sort of give yourself, it becomes easier and easier.